Here we go. So this is the last lesson we're going to look at that specifically looks at graphs of quadratics. Okay, so we're not finished with quadratics yet. This is our last lesson though that focuses on their graphs. Okay, these are what are commonly known as y equals kx squared problems. It is a specific question that you're given in the exam where you are given a quadratic equation with a missing value. You are also given a picture of its graph and you have to work out what the missing value is. It sounds complicated, it's really quite straightforward. All you have to do is remember which way around x and y are. Okay, so if we have a look at an example. And the way the question is usually going to be worded is something along these lines, okay? So the graph shown opposite has an equation y equals kx squared. Calculate the value of k, okay? And you'll typically be given something that looks like this, okay? And you'll be given a coordinate point on the graph. So you can see there that our graph is going through the point 327, okay? And so what we're going to have to do here is say, well, 327, that means that x is 3, y equals 27. Okay, we know this, we know that it's x then y. All we have to do here is say, well, for y equals kx squared, we know that y is 27. We know that x is 3. So 27 equals k times 3 squared. 3 squared is 9, so 27 equals 9k. And then it's a simple case to solve the equation. In this case, divide both sides by 9, k equals 3. Easy as that. Okay. To give you just some further examples, okay? Just to show you what you're watching out for. So this time, example 2, calculate k. And again, a graph that looks something like this. Okay, and again, we're starting off with this y equals kx squared. Okay, this time we've got x equals -3 and y equals 81. And so we're just having to bear in mind, right, well, y is 81, x is -3, so all we're doing is just substituting those in for x and for y. -3 squared, remember negative squared becomes a positive, so again, 9k, so this time k equals 9, nice and simple. Okay, one more I'm going to show you. So example 3, I'm not going to worry too much about writing out the question properly, we'll just go for another calculate k. And this time we're going to have the point -6, -144. Okay, so again, worth just getting down which way around x and y are. X is the first number, y is the second, and that just makes it a little bit easier to then substitute in. So -144, k times -6 squared. Obviously, negative squared goes positive, 6 squared is 36. And from there, if you have a calculator, obviously nice and simple. If not, you just take your time, do it properly, count up in 36s if you need to. 144 divided by 36 is going to be, let's just work that through should we need to. Okay, and you can see there, non-calculator, just working your way up, counting up 32s if you have to. Gets you a nice simple k is. In this case, it's -4, remember, because it is a negative divided by a positive. Okay. As you can see, these questions, not too tricky. If this comes up in the past papers or in an exam, you want to make sure you know how to do these, because that's an easy 2, maybe 3 marks, depending on the numbers that you're throwing at you. So take your time today, get to grips with it. As with everything we've done with the graphs so far, if you take your time and you're careful, these are actually not too difficult, but just take care.